Hi, everybody. John here at PT. Dan was saying on the training
Hey John, how you
earlier. I
doing?
said something funny. I'm good. I'm good. That was a quick start.
Yes, it was.
Fired us right in there. So let's talk about sales, numbers, reporting, sharing, all that kind of stuff. So when I started in sales, everything was public. You knew exactly what people were doing, what they were making ultimately, because you could do basic math and here are the numbers. Here's where your rate. And at the time, there was good and bad out of that. I think the good was it helped people grow and attain and realize they could do more. It was also designed at the time to try and shame some people into doing better. And I think we've matured in that regard of, hey, we don't have to use this in that methodology. But some organizations have gotten away from publishing this stuff completely and they don't share it. They don't say what people are doing and stack against your peers kind of thing. I still believe there's a lot of value in putting those numbers out publicly in the business so everybody can see where people are at and can learn. And if the culture is right, it works well, I think.
hmm
So, but do you have thoughts on that sharing of that kind of information and putting numbers out there and how it helps, maybe hurts at times, but what's your thought process around that?
Yeah, it should never be used to embarrass someone or
Yep.
make them feel bad. It should be
Yes.
used as a motivational tool. But here's the thing. I think a lot of times management, ownership, whatever, they try to codify their sales staff. We don't want to hurt their feelings. You got to keep in mind that salespeople are a different breed of people, typically, the good
Yes.
ones anyway. They are competitive. They are
Yes.
money motivated. They are goal oriented. They want to see where they are stacked up versus everyone else. The only people that get upset with that are the people that are always at the bottom.
Yes.
And you know what? Maybe it's time for them to start moving up or moving out. And I don't mean it to be so black and white, because here's
Yeah.
the other thing that can happen, John, is maybe it's time for some of the better salespeople in an organization to kind of mentor some of the ones who aren't doing so well and say, hey,
Yes.
let me work, let me help you, let me train you, let me motivate you, let me all that kind of fun stuff. There's nothing wrong with sharing numbers. The only thing that I would hesitate here about is ownership should never share numbers. So if you're an owner or a manager that's selling, you should not be sharing your numbers with your team. The reason we do
Mm.
that is the sales teams asked us, hey, what's your numbers? And we feel like we need to share it. No, you don't, because you're doing so many other things.
Yes.
They don't need to know your numbers. And frankly, having them not know your numbers kind of puts a added separation between you and them.
Yeah, and I've seen for so long where you're getting towards this time of year, frankly, and you've got some front runners because that competitive nature, they want to be number one.
hmm
Or if they've never been in the top five, they want to be in the top five. And they'll push a little harder as year end's winding down. And they'll get that extra case in or two that they need to get to the top or the top five or the top 10 or something like that. And it's a good motivator. It's not a bad piece. And I think too often it's looked at in a negative light.
hmm
So, yeah.
Yep. Hey, we're competitive. We should be. And so if
Yes.
we're always at the bottom, either we need to look for a different line of work or we got to start going, how do I get up to the B level? How do I
Yeah.
get up to the A level? Let's get it going. I'm not going to wait around anymore.
There we go. All right, everybody. See you tomorrow.
See you later.